All right, everyone, this is Phil with Phil's Osophy. Today's video is going to be a story time with Phil segment where I share some of the stories that people have recommended me to share, or they're so crazy or ridiculous that it's hard for me not to share. And trust me, I only share the good ones. As the title says, the day I got dog shit thrown at my face on my birthday. Okay? So let's get started. So here's what happened. I guess there's two morals to this story that I maybe should mention first. And that is, the first one is, don't fucking get involved in other people's shit because you might get dog shit in the face. That's the first thing. Just don't get involved. You know, I'm like I mentioned, I practice Taoism. I meditate. I try and be one with myself and be mindful. And so sometimes you just need to go with the flow and don't need to get involved in something because of your pride or your ego. The second moral of the story is, sometimes when things are going horrendously bad and karma is still on your side, karma may end up winning in the end, and it may end up working out in your way, even if it's a really weird way. Stay tuned, because I'll tell you how fucking weird this worked out. So, the neighborhood that I moved into, it's a nice townhouse community. And, you know, I wouldn't say I've ever had any, there's few problems that I've had with people. You know, it's a pretty tight-knit community. And the thing is, when we first moved in, I'm a stepdad and I have a stepkid. And he's really, when I first met him, he was so shy, he would always hide behind his mom. That's how shy he was as far as speaking or even showing his face. So I felt so bad. When we moved here, he spent like a whole week crying in his bed until my Polish impatience and tough love got the best of me. And I was just like, listen, all right, you're going to go out there and you're going to find a new friend every single day and a new phone number, because if you're not, each day that you don't, I'm taking a new electronic away. And first thing he said, he's just like, Dad, nobody gives phone numbers away. That's fucking creepy. It's fucking it's the 2020s right now. Nobody gives phone numbers away. I'm just like, all right, you better find some friends. Go. And it works. The tough love worked, because the first day he got one friend. The next day he got 5. The next day he got 10. And sure enough, I was soon getting aggravated how many people were knocking at my fucking door. So here's what happened here's how this story unraveled that I'm about to tell you. It was my birthday. I was having a tough ass day because it was during the week. I was having a hard ass day at work. You know, for those of you who know me, I'm a welder. So all day, you're dragging 50 to 100 pound metal all day. All your bones and muscles are achy. You're next to orange glowing melted metal. You're hot as fuck. You're covered in soot, and it's a tough job. So I was driving home, and the first thing that happens, I'm literally 5 blocks from my house, and I rear end somebody. I rear end them. And I was I was like, Jesus Christ, not on my birthday. And I was so incredibly disappointed in myself that I was like, all right, you know what? I'm trying to be a better person. Like, I know I used to be a horrible person. I used to be a schemer, and I used to do a lot of bad things. And I was like, today's my birthday. I think I'm allowed to do those things. So when I rear-ended this person, I kind of hustled them out of paying them. I mean, what happened is I told the lady, I'm like, listen, we both know if we report this to insurance, if we have a police report, we're going to have to go to court, both our insurance is going to go up. Listen, I'll just pay the damage and we can act like it never happened. And she's like, all right, I'm in a rush, but you better you better pay me. I'm like, yeah, we're going to go, there's a gas station right there. We'll go to the ATM. I ended up paying her like $200, and I shattered her entire Lexus bumper. So it was like a $2,000 job. So I was just like, happy birthday to me, you know? And so I'm just like, all right, I had a horrible adrenaline rush. Like I said, I was sore from work. Now I got a fucking adrenaline rush. I'm like, it's my birthday. I just want to go home, pig out on junk food, because I'm allowed to on my birthday, have a fucking cigar, recline in my chair, and just relax, because this is crazy. This is a bad start to my birthday, you know? So I get home to my house. I start reclining in the chair, and sure enough, my kid and his friends are banging on the door. I'm like, what's going on? What's the problem? And they go, oh, you don't understand. This bully, he punched my friend in the face and he's bleeding. He's a horrible bully. You need to go after him. I'm just like, what bully? What are you talking about? And sure enough, my kid's best friend is this really short. He's not a dwarf, but he's people could question if he's a dwarf or not because he's a small Indian kid and he's the nicest kid and his parents are the sweetest people and they don't speak that good English. So I was like, if something happened to this kid, I better fucking stand up for him because they don't even know how to speak English well. So, they're probably living there. They're nice to everybody and they're like, oh, you know what? We just got to put up with these crazy fucking Americans beating the shit out of my kid. So I was like, all right. Let's get down. First off, I got to get down to the bottom of this because you know how kids are. Somebody hit somebody and then it got out of hand, but maybe they started it. So I needed to get the gist of the story. What happened is they were playing Blyman's Bluff or like the floor is lava, and the kid jumped on a rock that he wanted to jump on. Well, what happened is the bully jumped on the rock that the Indian kid jumped on at the same time, and he knocked off the bully on the ground. So he got embarrassed. So he gave him a clean, fat right hook to the face and he busted his lip open like really bad. So I was like, all right, where is this kid? He's like, oh, he's running away. I'm telling you, he's horrible. I'm like, really? Did he do it on purpose? Or he's like, and my kid's like, listen, he's a horrible bully. Okay. He calls us mother effers. He flicks us off. He talks about our moms. I'm like, how old is this kid? Who are you hanging out with? A fucking 16-year-old? He goes, no, he's 10 years old. I'm like, all right, I got to see this. This is where I got out of my recliner. I'm like, a 10-year-old that calls people motherfuckers and flicks them off. So I walk outside and they go, oh, there he is. His name was Tyler. He's like, there's Tyler. And I look over and sure enough, there's a fucking 10-year-old laughing, flicking me off with both fingers. I was like, what the fuck? Like the last time he looked like the kid in Gummo. If anybody has ever seen the movie Gummo, there's two kids that are like 10 years old and they're almost naked in a junkyard and they're calling everything motherfuckers and pieces of shit. He looked like one of those kids. He's running home and I'm like, all right, I got to follow this kid to his mom's house. I get to the mom's house. He ran in through the sliding door. And I was like, all right. I was still playing devil's advocate and being like, oh, maybe he's just a little bit angry. Maybe talking to them is going to solve the situation, right? Because when you get involved, things go according to plan, right? No, because I go over there and I see the mom. The mom comes out. The mom is this blonde redneck looking woman. She's got like a white undershirt or like a wife beater on and no bra. She's got these sausage link nipples hanging out the sides. It's fucking disgusting. And I'm still playing devil's advocate. And then guess what? As I'm telling her, as I started to introduce myself, the 10-year-old kid has his 10-year-old ball sack pressed up against the window, mooning me. And I'm like, all right, I know exactly what happened. And this kid's going to grow up to be a piece of shit. So I'm telling this mom, I'm like, hey, listen, my name's Phil. This is my kid's name. And, they were playing and I heard that your kid is maybe getting a little bit rough. And before I could finish my sentence, she's like, no, that kid's getting rough. That fucking kid's, he hit my kid. He fucking hit my kid. What are you talking about? I'm like, this kid? This Indian almost dwarf kid hit your kid? Is he like some kind of Indian samurai? He's the fucking smallest kid. He's like an Indian Tinkerbell. He can't fucking do anything. He hit him? How do you know he hit him? She goes, I got him on video. And I'm like, all right, let me get this straight. So, and I didn't mean to antagonize her. I was just really calm. I'm just like, so let me get this straight. Your kid's getting his ass kicked. And so you're just lounging in your fucking redneck chair and you're like, instead of helping my kid, I'm just going to go pull out my camera and record this. And she's like, what? I got it on video. That's what fucking matters. Who the fuck are you? I'm like, all right, let me see the video. And she goes, fuck no, get the fuck off my property. Get out of here. And I forgot to mention, as she's screaming at me, there's a crowd forming around my neighborhood. And not to mention, like, as I had to like skip through her lawn to get to her. I am not exaggerating. You can ask my family. She had like 20 dog shits all over her fucking lawn. I felt like some World War II soldier, like going through a landmine field, like drunkenly, just trying to hope that I'm not going to step on a dog shit. So I go, you know what? Before you show me that video, I think you should maybe take a fucking photo of all these fucking 20 dog shits on your fucking, front lawn, and maybe send that to World Star Hip Hop along with your, your kid getting his ass kicked. And she goes, you know what, motherfucker? And she picks up a dog shit and whips it into my face. And then she started calling me a Russian fucking communist, that I need to go back to Russia and hang out with Putin because he's my cousin or something. So I was just laughing. I kind of was laughing my ass off. It made me laugh because, let's be honest, Polish people are the people who like talk horrible trash, but then like when the fight happens, they kind of like pussy out. Russian people will kill you. So I was kind of like, honored to be fucking, profiled as a Russian. I was like, maybe I am crazy Russian. You better not mess around. One more dog shit and I drop nuke on your house, So like, anyways, so she gets in the house. I was more shocked than pissed off because like, I don't know. I couldn't believe that a person would escalate it that far. So what I did is I called the I tried calling. I think she called the police, and when she called the police, they came over and they're like, "Listen, I called the police at the same time, so they sort of like matched up the calls." And I was like, "Listen, I think I could fucking charge this person with assault. They threw a fucking piece of dog shit at me. It's my fucking birthday." I kept mentioning that to the cops. I'm like, "I got a fucking piece of dog shit on my birthday, bro. What the fuck? I think he fucking ate some bologna. It stinks, So, anyways, I just kept saying that to him, and the cop. This is okay. Here's stuff that people don't talk about when they shit on cops in this country about, profiling black people and police brutality. You know what else sucks is like women can get away with anything, because even though this crowd was forming and watching this woman just like be, and watching her kid fucking moon his 10-year-old sack through the window, she told the cops that she was afraid of getting raped. And that there was a weird man here, and so they're like, yeah, she was afraid. That was her way of fighting back. And I'm like, well, I've never heard of self-defense by dog shit, And the last thing that I said to the cop, I go, listen, this is fucking ridiculous. You're just gonna leave here? I'm just supposed to walk away from this? You're not gonna charge her with anything? He's like, yeah, because throwing a dog shit at someone isn't assault. We can charge her with assault. I'm like, okay, so here's what's gonna happen. You guys are gonna leave. She's got about 19 other dog shits on here. I'm going to make a nice pumpkin pie of steaming fucking dog deuces, and then I'm going to mash it into her face because it's not illegal, as you say, right? And maybe I'll call the cops and say I thought she was going to rape me, right? And then I can identify as a female. Then maybe you'll take my fucking side. And they go, all right, you need to fucking go home because we will arrest you. That sounds like a threat. And I'm just like, listen, sir, I'm not threatening anything. I'm just really upset. And I kept mentioning it's my fucking birthday, bro. So they ended up leaving, and well, I asked them, I go, what do you suggest I do in my shoes? And they go, all right, sir, here's what we highly suggest. First of all, clearly this isn't a balanced household, okay? She's got 20 fucking dog shits on her front lawn. She's got a pit bull that she staked out to try and scare me. Yeah, I forgot to mention, the whole time that she's arguing, she put this pit bull out on the front lawn, like snapping at my fucking knees to try and scare me away. So he's like, yeah, call the association and they will fine her the fuck out of here. Because I think each dog shit is like $500. So she's not going to last here. Just call the association. So the cops leave. I call the association lady. And then I didn't leave. The crowd was still there, and I'm waiting for the association lady to come. This fucking broad, this fucking redneck sausage link nipple cousin fucker calls her ex. She calls her ex, like, because they're divorced. And this guy was huge, by the way. I probably could have got a knock. I would have been he would have knocked my lights out. But here's where things get really interesting. He shows up and he looks like fucking Joe Rogan in John Cena's body. He's fucking huge. He's got a backwards black hat, you know, like early 2000s Joe Rogan. And he's like, what the fuck is going on here? And I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? Your fucking stupid fucking wife is what's going on here. He's like, what the fuck did you say? I go, yeah, she's making videos of your fucking kid getting his ass. And here's the thing. I know that I'm escalating it. I just have to have that disclaimer. When I get mad, I talk shit. That's what I do. I can't walk away. I don't fight. I just talk really bad trash because I became really good at it. So the moment he's like, "What's going on here? What the fuck is going like?" And I'm like, "Well, your wife here, she's fucking making videos of your kid fighting other fucking kids. You know, let me know when that video comes out when he fucks his first cousin." And he's like, "What the fuck did you say? What the fuck did you say about my kid?" I'm like, "Yeah, your whole, not just your kid, your whole fucking redneck ass family. I can't wait to see them on that fucking chain that your pit bull's on. I want to see your whole family on that fucking chain." And he's like, "What the?" And he keeps pushing me with his chest, like ready to hit me. And I just kept talking trash. I'm just like, bro, I already got enough action from your wife's sausage link nipples. I don't need your fucking overly huge breasts, you know? And he's going crazy. And somebody called the cops again. They show up again. And and before the cops showed up, the association lady showed up. And this fucking bro threw the old lady on the ground. He's like, because she's like, you need to get off this property. You don't even live here. And he's like, what? Who the fuck are you? Get out of my way. And he pushed her on the ground. So this situation got incredibly out of hand. And at the end of the day, I had to go home. And for my birthday, I got dog shit thrown at my face. You know, like the cops came, they told everybody to disperse. They said the association lady's going to take care of it. The guy went home. The mom and her redneck family just, you know, cooped up in their little fucking trailer house. And I just had to deal with it. I was like, all right, whatever. I got dog. Like, I wasn't even pissed off. I was just like, only I would get dog shit thrown at my face on my birthday. Now, remember how I said sometimes things just somehow work out? All right. So the next day, I was gonna, you know, the cops made everybody go home, even the crowd of people. So the next day I spoke with the Indian kid's family. I said, hey, I just wanted to let you know, if you want to press any charges, if you want to, you know, your kid got hit, if you want to do anything, I'm more than willing to go with you to the police station and make a report, because they didn't even make a report on the kid getting hit, which what this whole thing was about anyways. So she goes, you know, I kind of think that we should just, you know, let this go. I don't really think that it would be good to escalate this anymore. So let's just live in peace and forget about this. I'm like, yeah, you know what? Whatever. Let's just forget about it. She goes, yeah, but you know something interesting? The father, he thought you are weird like child molester or something. I'm like, what? She goes, yeah, that is why he got so angry. The wife say you weirdo. And I'm just like, bro, do you realize what just happened? So after that time, that family never fucked with anybody, because they thought I was some kind of pedophile. Because the dad, you know, so in between where the cops showed, the mom called the ex saying, yo, there's some fucking weirdo going after your kid. And then here I am, yo, I want to see the first video when he fucks his first cousin. I want to see your whole family on that chain. That's what I want to see. And this dad's like, what is this? Like, I never seen some, you know, usually when they see motherfuckers on Chris Hansen or something, they're like kind of like backing away and they're like denying it. And here I am. I want to see your whole family on chains, and I want to see his first video fucking his cousin. And so like that, so somehow it all worked out, you know? I was like, man, I shouldn't have run my mouth, but really it ended up working out at the end. Anyways, that's my fucking crazy story. And I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it gave you some laughs. Good times, good vibes. Peace be with you.